We're live. Brad, you might recognize this next tractor. I think he's your neighbor, allegedly.
Oh, yeah.
So here's Scrappy, a first startup after the rebuild. He's getting ready to come defend his weekend sweep at the Pullers Championship. Here's a video on Live with Lussetto.
Yeah, that came a long way in the last week.
Yeah.
I don't think he had rods for it last week, so.
Jason, is this happening right now, or was this earlier?
Yeah, this happened in the last hour.
Okay.
Yeah, this is breaking news. Scrappy is alive. Scrappy is alive.
Doug's potentially ahead of schedule.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, the full start 48 hours. So yeah, we're right on time. All right. So, welcome everybody. It's Wednesday night, 7 o'clock Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. 8 o'clock Eastern. So we're covering all the time zones. So welcome to Live with Lussetto. My name is Jason Schultz. I'm the co-host. Mr. Lussetto, Greg and Zach below me. Dan Christian's up there in the upper right corner. And our special guest tonight in the bottom right corner, Sam and Brad Skolout. Did I say it right?
You did. Yes. Good job.
Welcome, everybody, to Live with Lussetto. If you have questions, you type them in the comments. If you have funny stories, you type them in the comments. If you want to say anything cool about Brad or Sam, you type it in the comments, and we have fun. If you want to pick on Dan Christensen, it's easy. Just type it into the comments. So
Dan's fair game here. Both for Brad and Sam here, I looked some stuff up on Levant. Do you guys live in Levant or actually in Colby then?
I actually live north in the country here, about 5 miles. So.
Okay, because now I looked Levant. The census said there was 49 people. Is that pretty accurate?
That's probably pretty accurate.
So, Sam, do you go to school in Colby then, or where do you attend school?
In Brewster. It's like 15 minutes away from Levant. It's right in between Levant and Goodland.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess we should add, last year was your first year pulling. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Very excited.
Are you junior in high school?
Junior, yeah. My last day of school was today, so technically a senior.
Cool. He's got one more day, so you aced him there.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Brad, we'd like to get to know you a little bit. You know, we obviously saw you a few times last year, but what's your pulling story? Where did you get started or interested in pulling the trucks?
I actually got started. My wife has horses, and we bought hay from a guy in eastern Kansas. And I went with her one time to pick up hay, and he's like, "Hey, I want to show you something." And he had a 4-wheel drive pulling truck in the shed, and I kind of thought that was pretty cool. I've always been into hot rods and stuff. Did some drag racing, never real competitive with it. So I built the truck to compete in his class with his guys, and then it's kind of evolved from there. So,
and I would say it has evolved. Jason, you ought to see these. They've now with both trucks, and probably some of the cleanest Fords I've seen.
Thank you.
They're dang nice.
Yeah, I'm looking for pictures. I'm looking for pictures as you guys are talking. So
sure. So was last year the first year for the second truck?
It was. Yep. I built it last year, and the other one's getting some modifications, and they're both on about the same schedule. So they're not as far as Scrappy was, I can tell you that.
Yeah, but we don't have a pull for
I got a
little more time.
I got a couple weeks.
You're farther ahead than I am, I hope.
Yeah. Yeah. I have an engine at least. It's not running in it yet, but I have the engine. So
I have a tractor behind me that is differential, all the rear ends all apart, and all that stuff. And we're
16 days.
16 days. I'm glad he's keeping track.
yeah.
So, and always been a Ford guy?
Yeah, if I didn't run Ford, I probably wouldn't do it at all. So.
I was surprised though. Your son though, he's got pictures of you make him drive a Dodge. I mean, what's up with that?
Yeah, we all drive Dodges so for daily vehicles, but our hot rods are Fords. So I don't know. It's the first vehicle I ever owned. It's the first one I hot rodded, so it's kind of where my passion's at, I guess. So
sure. And Sam, did you kind of grown up around this, or is this something that just kind of come lately that you wanted to be a part of it?
Well, I always went with him when he started, and I never thought that he'd let me drive it. And so it was never really like a thought. And then he asked, and I was like, of course, like I'm not going to pass that up. But no, it was always, I never thought I'd be able to do it. But now that I have,
I bet he's glad to get you on the other side from the horses. Then you didn't go down that road. You went for the horsepower instead of the horses.
Yeah, definitely.
Good deal. And did he truly let you drive, or did he just build you another truck?
He let me drive it, and then he kind of built himself one and gave me that one. Yeah, it was kind of like, I don't think that was his plan, but that's what happened.
the end of the 2021 season, the very last poll, I couldn't do anything. My points were set, so no matter what the truck did in the last poll, didn't really matter. My second place was locked in, and there was no way I could get first. So I was like, you might as well. You're 16. We have one left. Just go at it. So, and
yeah, absolutely.
I've never been back in the seat of that truck since. So,
so Sam, which one do you drive? The blue or the
blue one? Yeah,
the blue one. Okay,
I've not driven the red one.
Okay, and the blue was the original truck that you built then.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it actually came from California. It was a pulling truck originally, and I just found something that was kind of together, and it's been gone through several times, and it's getting a pretty major one this winter. So,
oh, very cool. Do you have any summer plans or any goals for the summer? That's for both of you.
You want me to go for it? I want to beat him. I want to beat him. That's my goal.
And Brad?
I don't know. I just try to get better every week. That's my goal. It's just to get better every week. I mean, I like heads up drag racing, and it's really hard to do anymore. And there doesn't get any more heads up than pulling. So
exactly. Yeah. No, Brad, I completely agree with you. I actually started out drag racing a long time ago. My parents were already pulling, but I did the drag racing thing for 4 or 5 years. And while I loved it, that next step to go actually head to head is a big step.
Yeah.
And that's honestly, I ended up in the pulling deal after that and never looked back. So I understand that completely.
Yep.
I tell you, Brad, if you don't mind, I'd love to hear a little bit about your business, because Jason, I don't know if you went and looked at anything, but
Yeah, well, so I got a phone call from my singer last night. He says, "Do not let Brad be humble tomorrow night when he talks about his business." He said this guy makes everything in house because people don't do it right, and he gets pissed off. He just makes it himself. So that's basically what my singer says. He says, "Don't let him be humble." Dan Christensen, Andrew Meister wants to know, when can we start bashing Dan asking for a friend? Is there like a certain segment of the show, or is it at any time, you think, Dan?
I think start to finish.
Okay, fair enough. If he gets too bad, I'll block him like the spammers, okay?
Yes, please do.
Loretta Selman says, awesome family and awesome trucks. Brad has top shelf equipment. And Mariah Miller says, you go girl.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then Kaylee Tuma comments every week, Lussetto. I don't know who she is, but she says, hey, guys. So,
yeah. So, Brad, you might just let us know, like, you got started. I may have stalked you a little bit on your About Us page on your website, but it said you guys started that in 2000. Is that correct?
2000, yeah. We started building pod trailers, is what they call them. They're trailers for hauling big trees. My father-in-law moved trees. We built some trailers for him to move, full-grown trees. That's a really small market, though. So,
yeah, I can imagine a niche. Yeah.
It worked all right when it was a one-man show, but we're not that anymore. So we still will occasionally do it, but it's definitely not much of what we do anymore. So spray trailers, detachable neck trailers is our primary focus now.
Okay. Do you have dealers, or do you sell direct?
We sell everything direct, right from here. So
nice. So, well, that's kind of neat. So you can call up and talk to you, the guy that actually is putting the weld on the trailers in, huh?
Yep. I do all the designing. I do have another CAD and engineer guy now. Finally, we're just busy enough that it's a little too much for me, but we started building our own suspension this year, which I think is pretty cool. Not a lot of people do that. So
is it air ride or?
It is, yep.
Air. So you're building your own in-house air ride suspension.
Yep.
That is neat. Jason, you ought to see if you could scare some pictures up from that Roadrunner manufacturing. There's some neat stuff. Do you guys have your own like metal brakes and stuff and that is?
Oh well? Yeah, we got a laser. We got 2 press brakes. We try to do as much as we can in-house. Like our detachable trailer's got a fabricated beam on it. We weld that in-house with an automated welder. So,
does the entire town of Levant work there?
Actually, I don't know if anybody from Levant works here. We got people that drive. We got some that drive over 60 miles away. So,
really?
Yep.
Interesting. Can I ask how many employees?
I got 17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, very cool.
Plus me and my wife, so we both are here.
Yeah. Those people never count on that, do they?
They don't.
Yeah.
Brad, is there anything specific I should click on your website that you guys want to talk about?
Not really, I guess. Our profile, I mean, that's our product. Our trailers are good. I mean, but the profile is like my baby. I created that, so that one I'm pretty proud of.
So I'm a mortgage lender. What does Profil do for me, Brad?
That would not do you much good at all.
We could get plenty of chemical on your lawn with that.
Okay. I do have 2 acres, and it's very important to me that I mow the lines. I'm one of those guys. I like to have the lines in my yard. So that's my farming.
That's me as well.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, what's this set up for?
It's a chemical induction system. It's for loading like self-propelled sprayers. So
okay.
Yeah,
I always say the worst part of spraying is loading your sprayer, and this makes it pretty nice. So
do they? And you'll have to forgive me because I'm a mechanic, so I see this stuff, but I don't really know how it works. Do they usually have chemical in one tank and water in the other, or how does that?
No, so the big black tanks that are on the trailers are generally only carrying water, sometimes fertilizer, and then all your chemicals are going to come in the 250 gallon or 275
like a tote.
tote. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And those just plug directly in, so we're just taking product from them, and it mixes it out to the machine. So.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, very cool. Boy. So we might expect to see you at some of the national outlaw pulls. I did hear that maybe like a Ravenna and some Wisner and some of those we might see you.
Yeah, I'm going to try and go to Ravenna for sure, Wisner, and then I'm going to try to hit Rock Valley. So.
Yeah, Rock Valley. They're all three of those good pulls.
Yeah.
Sam, have you signed up or looked into the Outlaw Young Gun Club?
Not really. I don't really know. Yeah, I know I have a sticker that says Outlaw Young Gun, but that's about it. Because we went to one outlaw pull and they gave me a sticker. But other than that, that's about it.
We're going to have to get you hooked up with that because you are a prime example of what we're doing for that. So that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, oh man, there was another question. I'm going blank. Dan, you got anything?
Yeah, Dan, you've been
really quiet over there. I know better than that.
That doesn't happen very often.
No.
Oh. No, I ain't got nothing. They don't come to me, I swear.
So I do have one question there. Have you been in Levant or in that area for a long time?
Born and raised. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you know any of the previous polls or go to any polls? You know, because I mean, there was a lot of pulling back in Kansas in the 90s and in that time frame.
Not really. I didn't. I mean, I knew of it, but I really didn't have an interest in it until,
that day.
And then, I mean,
yeah,
horsepower is pretty addicting. So.
Yeah, because there's some very good and I mean long-time pickup pullers with Bill Swartz with Oakley, and Oakley always had a top-notch pull.
Yep.
And there at one time we had pulls in Hayes, Oberlin, Goodland, Liberal, several different places.
Yep.
And boy, there was another guy too. There's a very good modified pickup it's kind of been on the shelf for a while. I'm trying to think of where he's from, but it's one of Cody Lewis's old pickups, Jason.
Oh, okay.
Stampede.
Oh, yep. I've heard of that one.
I've heard it may stand a chance of getting back out.
That's good.
So, and that's something we're hoping. And that's one thing we're excited. You're probably not used to pulling close to home much, but
that's the only drawback to this is you got to like to drive. So,
well, but we're hoping
you live in Levant, Kansas, Brad. That's your fault.
That's right.
They previously had a pull in Colby, which, like you said, is 8 miles away, Jason. So,
right.
But this year we'll have Goodland and also Hayes, which is new this year. That I'm excited to get that one started again.
Yep.
How far are you from Hayes?
About 100 miles. So that'll be a nice one.
Nice close one. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, we got that one's on our schedule. We got a pretty full schedule. So if everything stays together, we're going to see a lot of miles this year.
Yep. What other groups are you looking at pulling with?
NK pullers is where I started. I'll still do some with them. There's a couple of pulls we're going to go to, and then some outlaw your events, and then the outlaw national too. So
sure, okay. I have one for Sam here that I don't. You got to fill us in on a story and this come from Doug, but I heard you. Start time to get nervous, right? I heard that you may have picked up and went to a pull when Mom and Dad were on vacation.
Allegedly, it's all allegedly.
I need to hear this story.
Yeah, allegedly that did happen. Me and my brother and another friend came with us, and they were in Wyoming, allegedly. And we drove, and I broke the back, what was it? Ring gear on that one with nobody else. Like my dad was not there. And so that was pretty stressful. But yeah, we were there and back in a day. So that was pretty fun.
Was that Ravenna? Is that what I understand?
Ravenna last year. Yep, that was her third pole ever. So
Yeah.
And that's awesome. So you loaded up and just took off.
Yeah. just left.
and that's what's nice about this sport. I knew she went, but the people that she's around, I knew if she had trouble, she would be taken care of. So
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But I'm going to tell you something else, and Brad, this is a testament too. It doesn't matter, girl, boy, whatever, but to be able and capable of jumping in and taking a trailer and going, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Sounds like she's been by your side for more than just a few days.
Yep.
So pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah.
I had people there keeping an eye on her. So
Yeah.
Well, that's what Doug, when he told me the story, he's like, if you need anything, and and it wouldn't have been just Doug. I mean, that's the one neat thing. You see like Loretta already commenting and several people, pullers. I don't care where you are in the country. It's a pretty tight knit group.
it is.
Mhm.
Yep.
I don't think anyone believed him because when he told, and they were like, "You actually came by yourself." When I got there,
Yeah, they're looking around for Dad, like he's got to be here someplace. We just
Yeah.
haven't found him yet.
Yeah, nobody believed me, but I was like, "Yeah, I'm by myself."
No, very cool. And what would you say be the largest pull you've been to?
Wisner last year was definitely the biggest one I've been to.
You did go to Wisner. Okay.
Yep.
They won't get a lot bigger than that.
Yeah, I didn't
Probably
know what to
anywhere.
expect, and I was not expecting that for sure. So
Yeah.
it was a little overwhelming at first, but I definitely want to go back. So
Oh, it's such a neat environment. And you'll find like Rock Valley, it's different. I mean, just the venue is a little different and more conventional, but great place to pull. And those people put a lot of work and effort into that pull as well.
yeah,
Both of those are fun.
Yeah, as much iron as they run through that thing, I mean, it's just a really nice event. But I mean,
Oh, yes.
yeah, but it's moving.
Yeah, you better be in line or you'll be hearing from old Dave
Yeah.
Nelson. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Oh, one other thing I might get to, it made me laugh looking at your website, and I'd already heard a little heads up on this, but we have trailers and we have this, and then we have Ford parts.
Yeah.
What's the story on you building your own parts?
Well, I run a Profiler C cylinder head, and there's not a intake manifold. There wasn't a intake manifold available in a single 4-barrel setup for those cylinder heads. So we made our own.
Okay. And is there some associations by rule that you have to have a cast intake rather than having a sheet metal intake?
Some still require cast. They're all going to a sheet metal. I mean, eventually they're all going to be sheet metal at some point, but
yeah.
There are gains to be made with sheet metal, but they're not as much as they were from manifolds in the past. So
Right. And the other thing is, to me, it's nice that you can go fabricate that. While it's not cheap to fabricate a manifold, casting costs aren't for the faint of heart either.
No, I wasn't sure that's the only thing we've ever done like that. A lot more into it than what I thought, but we built 50 of them, so we've got probably half of them left. So
yeah. And I see you have a CNC machine there that you rough those out and then.
Yep. Yeah, we get the raw casting in, and then we do all the finished machine work on it. They'll actually fit 3 different cylinder heads: the Ford C head, the Profiler 205 and 221, and then what they used to call the Thor head. It will fit all 3 of those heads. So the Blue Thunder Thor head.
Yeah. Oh, pretty cool. Do you do a lot of your own engine work then?
I'm not a machinist, so I don't do that. I do all my own camshaft profile. I mean, I spec all that.
Yeah.
But I don't build. I got a buddy that we dyno over in Burlington, Colorado. So it's 4,200 feet, which is really high compared to where we normally run. So. Oh
yes, that does change things a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you have to change a lot of settings when you get back down to, because I'd assume you guys got to be in that 1,100, 1,200 feet range, don't you?
Most of them are, anywhere down to 800 to 1,200 feet is most of where we pull. So, surprisingly enough, the tune-up, the timing is biggest. We'll pull some timing out of it, but the carburetor doesn't change a whole lot. So
that's interesting because that's the one thing that it's interesting you brought that up because when we head out west, that changes immensely because like here in Bridgeport, we are in that 3,800 foot elevation, and then we get to like Cheyenne, that's 6 or right at 6.
Yeah.
We vary a lot, and that's one thing that's kind of interesting. We go back east, and everything's like you said, 800 to 1,100 feet will catch 90% of the pulls.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Other than they make more power, but the carburetor for what it is does a wonderful job at compensating for altitude. So.
Yeah. You ever have any goals or aspirations to move up classes or do anything different?
I've thought of some other stuff, but I'm happy where I'm at for now.
Well, and I tell you, that's the other thing too, is when you get your family involved, sometimes it's nice to have another truck versus, one modified or one bigger truck too. Yeah.
It's nice to have some universal parts. So that way.
Well,
yeah.
Are the trucks pretty similar underneath the skin?
They will be this year. Last year there was nothing that would interchange between the two, but they will this year. So at least they'll have the same U joints in them, and
you can carry some extra parts or spare parts.
Yep. So
is your son itching to get involved?
Oh yeah. He's always he always does our videos. If you ever see our videos, he does a wonderful job shooting our videos, and he always shoots. We try to do our whole class at least, and if we have time, we'll do more. But we always share those because he does a really good job. So
I can speak from his experience. He's done a lot of jobs and done a lot of stuff for me in the past, and this year's going to be a little different when he starts driving.
Yeah,
so I'm going to lose some of my help.
Yep, that's what I'm going to really miss is when Tucker starts driving. It's he has his mother trying to train her on the camera now, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And how old is Tucker then?
He's 15 now. He'll turn 16 in November. So
he's knocking on the door then.
Yep.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. His birthday's after pulling season. He'll have a long time to wait.
It is. Yep. Yeah, we actually picked up a truck. It's the Holy Ghost. It came out of back east, but it originated in Missouri, went way back east, and then it's came back. So.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, and that's another. I see, like what, 70 or 69 body style.
Yep.
Okay.
Did
you have a favorite body style of the old Fords, or?
First vehicle I ever owned was a 68 F100. So, and it was red. So it kind of it's fitting. That's what I drive.
That's okay. Yeah. Well, Jason, you have any questions or anything?
No, I had a puller call me about the Pullers Championship, so
attend to some business. Okay. Well, Brad, you guys have anything you want to add? Any sponsors, anybody to thank, or?
Thank my wife for letting me do it. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Any idea where this would be?
That's Vermilion, Kansas.
Okay. Ooh, looked like pretty good track.
Yeah, that truck always is. I mean, it was. We originally.
Sorry, what was that?
We originally built that for a class that they had. The NK had it. It was a limited pro stock, so they had a cylinder head rule, and then it was 1-ton drivetrain only. So running up the full pro stock, it's been outgunned for a little while, so it should be a little competitive this year.
But that'll be different this year, right?
Yep, that's an in-cab, same pole. So yeah, it generally runs out of steam at the end. It's pretty normal, that one.
Yeah. I won't pry for exact numbers, but you guys have, I'm sure, have clipped. You're into the 4 digits, right?
Oh yeah. We're more than 100 more than that now. So.
Well, good. I tell you, I marvel watching that class in the Outlaw, the National Series. I mean, there are some tough trucks, and I think the drivers and the people that set them up are as tough as the trucks are. A lot of tough equipment there.
That there was her second pull ever. That was the Cowdown Showdown last year. So
Was the second hook?
that was the second time she was in the seat. Yeah.
Was it intimidating getting indoors?
Yeah. Yes. And the guy announcing it, he was funny. He was like, I think she's only driven it 4 times. And I was like, no, this is my second time.
Actually, no. Yeah. Yeah. Kaylee Tuma asked if may see you in Ashton again this year.
It's on her. Yep, we're planning on it. So
That's a neat pull. And she's just so you know, Kaylee is one of the ladies that she drives that thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Her
yeah.
family and stuff put that on. It's a neat little pull. So
yeah, and at the Cowdown Showdown, I told her at the end, I was like, they don't let you run it indoors very long. So once you get to the end and get down, just shut it off. She never pushed the clutch in. She just ran her down there until there wasn't nothing left.
we're good. Yeah.
All it had, so.
And I guess I don't pay attention that much, but do they grab by your tow hook and tow you out of there then?
They do, yep, on the back. Yeah, they grab us on the back and pull us out. So
On the back.
yep. Yeah, so they basically pull you up and you pull you up to beside the sled, you pull onto the track and back up, and then you pull down, and that's all the longer you're allowed to run. So
Yes. I couldn't imagine. I mean, I've done a couple indoor pulls myself, and I mean, with the tractor, you kind of it's pretty normal. They back you up and everything to the sled, but with the truck, if they pull you backwards, I mean, you're along for the ride.
yep.
Yeah.
You really don't even know where you're going.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, that's broke.
Yeah, that was ring gear there.
Is that the Ravenna Carnage?
Yep.
Mhm.
Have you guys had much drivetrain trouble?
Hers we did because it had a 14-bolt rear end in the back, and we were already at the limit of what that thing would take, and
Yeah.
so we got a 106 in the back of it now. So
That should be taken care of then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good.
and then I build my own front axles. They're 49-inch front axles. So
Okay, tell me a little more about this. So you start with the bare housing and put the knuckles on it and everything?
I do. Yep. Yeah, we do. Because it's a very strong ring and pinion for no bigger than it is. So that's
Yes.
I built the first one for my red truck, and it turned out so well. I did one for hers. That was her very first pull right there. That was in Emporia, Kansas in 2021. That one there. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, Brad, you kind of blew me away there. I have never heard of anybody doing that with a Ford 9-inch. Have you ever seen another one?
Not that I know of. No, I've never seen one. But it was the only way I could get. I wanted 40 spline front axles, and the Ford 9-inch was the only way I knew to get there. So
Yeah. That's what did you use for knuckles?
they're 05 Super Duty knuckle, 05 and newer Super Duty knuckles. They'll take a 1515 or a 1550 U joint in there, so they're pretty stout.
That's pretty darn cool. That was all done in house, and you just pulled it in, and
Yep.
that I'll tell you, Brad, that's what I love about this sport. We got people all over, that you're climbing a hill, and you find a way to go around it, go over, or whatever,
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, and he keeps talking about building his own parts. He might be busier than he wants to be.
Well, you may not need to get it out there. You might.
I think it is already.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah.
That's one thing. I don't enjoy doing those axles, but I can do them.
Well, yeah, that's pretty cool.
But it's different if you set up to build them versus building one or two. It's a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Loretta just said, because I'm telling you, he has top-notch equipment or top-shelf equipment.
Well, those Ford pullers have to stick together, Lussetto.
Jason, have you not seen their stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's coming from a pretty good source.
that's a real big compliment coming from who it is. So
Yep.
I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, but Loretta's not really a bullshitter either. So she says it like it is, Brad. So that's a pretty good compliment, buddy. So.
Thank you.
I do have to say this: the one thing that's blown me away about the Selmans is their hauler. That thing is immaculate. Do you have anything in that category, Brad? Or
No, ours gets us to and from, and that's about it. So
that Peterbilt and the trailer they have is probably one of the cleanest.
it is.
That thing is beautiful.
It is.
So yeah, that's pretty high praise coming from there.
Yep.
So, well, back to your business. Is there any other stuff you're working on or plans that you have, future plans or stuff you'd like to do?
Not really. I mean, just the same old stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And Sam, so you will be a senior next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What any post graduation plans or what do you?
He's gonna be professional tractor puller.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go
truck puller, Jason.
It's my bad. Sorry.
I think she'd drive whatever he'd let her.
No, because our school has a program where I can actually go to college in the mornings at a tech, Goodland Northwest Tech. So I'm enrolled there, and I'll finish that next year along with graduating high school. So after that, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's neat. So they have it set up to where you can actually graduate with a technical degree. At the same time you graduate. That's neat. Wow.
Yeah, it's a really good. I like it.
What course or what are you studying there?
I'm in the auto body and like collision repair program.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And it's been fun.
Yeah. Oh, very good. All right. Well, boy, guys, I don't know. Jason, you got anything?
No, this has been a great interview. It's fun to meet pullers I don't know that well, and I may recognize names, but it's good to have faces, and I love this. Now I know what a profile does if I ever get into the farming business. Oh, Brad.
Well, I will tell you, I was excited to get both of you guys on because of the stories I'd heard and the equipment I'd seen and
allegedly, Sam, allegedly.
Alleged stories.
You know, she pulled it off. I mean, yeah.
You said that really well. If you just say allegedly, Sam, you can get a. I'm just saying, if you allegedly say allegedly a couple times, you can just kind of. So.
Do you have to do the quotes, Jason, when you say that, or?
The first couple times, Dan, to really set the tone. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
like allegedly, I drank too much whiskey in Kentucky on Friday. Allegedly, and I slept all day Saturday. Allegedly. So those are the kind of things that happen. So yeah,
that's a lie right there, Jason.
Ron Stone
planning on pulling with the Outlaws quite a bit then this summer.
Who's that?
Well, not you. I know that. Not our guest. Yeah. Come on, Jason. But are you guys planning on pulling with the National Series or the Heartland Series, or just kind of pick and choose? Or
yeah, we'll pick and choose. If we can hit some that happen to be close to each other, we'd like to do that. The more we can do in a weekend, the better.
Yep. Which we'll have quite a few Heartland side pulls that aren't that far for you guys, really.
Yep.
Yeah.
So love to get you working with us.
If you head straight north of Colby, where do you end up in Nebraska, like on I-80? It's east of North Platte, isn't it?
Ogallala, wouldn't it?
No, we're not that far. It's probably not far from North Platte.
Okay, that's 83 is the road that goes up through North Platte.
Yeah, because I mean, when I go to 80, I go up to I go up 83. So.
Okay.
That's how I get to 80.
It's through 83. Okay,
yep.
Go up through McCook then, and
yep.
Okay, is Oberlin very far for you guys?
60 miles.
That isn't okay.
Maybe not quite.
Well, that's one thing we're hoping to do is we're hoping to get. I kind of want to reinvigorate Western Kansas in the pulling deal, because it kind of slumped off. And I mean, you guys probably, like I said, probably weren't around or, remember that. But, we used to have a lot of stuff going on and a lot of pullers, and it would sure be nice to get that going again.
Yep.
Between the Meissingers and, boys, there were several people. So hopefully we can get some pulls close to home.
Yeah.
I think we should talk Meisinger into building Jeanette a pulling truck. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Fred?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Probably have to put a saddle on it, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of horses, allegedly.
Yeah. All jokes aside, Doug had talked. He has talked about building something that would fit into the Heartland group, whether it be a light limited super or something. So, if Jason doesn't keep him too busy with another diesel super and some of that stuff, there has been.
No, I'm going to keep him too busy with another diesel super. That's not an if.
Yeah. He needs to get his brother back involved a little bit. We sure had a good time with him back in the day.
It's all about me, Greg. I just want to be upfront and honest about this. So.
Are you saying Doug's going to be number 2 in the team?
No. Doug's 1, I'm 2, and then there's been nothing else in the contract negotiations about brothers and stuff like that. So but I'll talk to him this weekend and see what you guys are up to, Lussetto. So.
Oh man, that's no good. Yeah. Okay. Well, I see Ron mentioned that we need to go through some schedule stuff, and that is absolutely true because
he wants us to. Have you seen what Ron and I do? We have a contest who can read the outlaw schedule fastest.
No, listen. I'm no.
So I can read it like in 30.8 seconds, and he can read it like in 31.5. So I beat him every week, and that outlaw schedule is like 50 some events.
So you beat him every week?
Yeah, I got the times right here wrote down.
Oh, good Lord. I'd be like 3 minutes, so we don't need to go.
Well, and Ron's getting old now. He's got to put his readers on. He goes like this. He reads it like this. So I just rock it out. So
I feel his pain.
Yeah, what the heck you got there, Dan?
That's my cheaters. They magnet together.
Wow. Brad, you should design that at Roadworks Manufacturing. Don't you think?
Yep.
Yeah. I guess maybe on a different note, one thing we got to clear up, and we have got to get some of our electronic stuff back. We've got to change the app because Bridgeport changed dates, and we are on June 2nd instead of June 3rd, which is we got to get it off the schedule.
Okay.
There. And one other one that come to our attention too is also Albion is on a Tuesday. It's a couple days after Rock Valley, and I think that's. Do you have a date on July?
So is that on the 11th then instead of the 10th, Greg?
It is on the 11th. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So everything else should be right, but.
And Bridgeport is Friday the 2nd.
It is Friday. Yes. They asked us to move that around because our town celebration is going on that weekend, and they have a lot of activities, parade, and all that kind of stuff Saturday. So it actually works better to where we'd have more time Friday to do it.
Oh. You would, or I need that extra day.
I don't even want to go there. If you saw my list of stuff, you'd feel good about your life, Dan.
Well, back behind you there looks like it's coming along really well.
Really, really slow. You see, there's still a few things to do.
There's less there than there was last week. What are you doing?
More parts showed up today, though. That was good news.
Well, that helps. That helps.
Yes. It's actually a small victory when parts show up in this day and age.
Well, it's probably good that character beside you is going to be done here with school so he can help. Ooh, yeah, you got a ways to go too.
Yeah, I got a ways.
I don't know whether to feel better about that or sorry for you, Brad. There's a little work in.
Yeah, ways to go.
Yeah, that looks like a couple late nights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is one truck ready to go at least?
Yes, the red one just needs the hood put on and it's ready to roll.
That sounds good.
Yep.
Dan, are you ready to go?
Yep, I am.
goodness.
With what I got, yeah.
Yeah.
I need
And
an
the second
RPM
tractor,
sensor. What's that?
What'd you say now?
I got to run to Wisconsin and get my new tires, and I need an RPM sensor, and I'm ready.
That must be for your data logger.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I run it in Arizona with no RPM gauge, so I haven't had enough runs on it yet to know the sound. So that's why he had to drag me back a couple times.
Oh man, yeah, I suppose. And
Yep.
the Janelle's tractor, where
It's sitting over there, ready to go.
just chilling. Okay,
Yeah,
very good.
So we're ready.
Yeah. Well, the good thing for Brad, if you do happen to miss that first one there, Ravenna's not far away, so you can't really let up much.
That's what I mean. It's
yeah,
the pressure's on.
Yeah, if I missed with the yellow one behind me, I think I've got another 3 weeks, which makes it sound a lot better. But it's hard to miss the hometown pull. That's the only bad thing.
Yep.
Ready for some late nights, Zach?
I guess.
Yeah.
You guess. That's not the attitude we want to hear.
Yeah, well, it's the attitude we got,
Yeah.
It will be nice to have him out of school because I can direct him a little bit throughout the day. Like, hey, take care of this.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh boy.
That's my front axle there.
That's your.
Wow.
I am gonna have to trip and lay under a truck and look at that thing. That's
we need to make a road
slick.
trip, Greg.
I don't have time to make a road trip right now.
Well,
Another road trip right now.
Right, not right now. Off season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a shop tour available at Roadrunner Manufacturing?
For the right people, it can be.
For the right... Dan, you're gonna have to stay at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear ya.
Yeah.
No, stop by anytime.
I'm gonna have to do that because I will tell you, may or may not be the place to say this, but I'm gonna keep efforting on Colby because that is one place I want to see a pull go.
Yeah,
I love the facility, the track, everything.
Yeah, I really hated to see him lose it this year. So
yeah, hopefully it's just a year break and we can get that kicked back off again.
Yep.
Doug Meisinger says you really need to take a look at the toys he has.
A lot of you're talking like muscle cars, pickups. What are we talking about, Brad?
And he's probably talking more machinery in the shop.
Oh, well, yeah, he would be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do much? You said you don't do a lot of machining then?
Not in house here. We don't. I mean, we got our that mill. We actually bought it because we make our own flow meter in house out of plastic. That's what the CNC is for.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Secretly, my wife says I bought it for other reasons. But
well, the manifold project did need that, right?
It did need that.
But if you were if it was available, you could use it for that.
Yep. And I build my own valve covers. That's out of billet, just so they're different than anybody else's. So.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Huh. So you did mention earlier on the hot rods and stuff. Do you have some cars and stuff as well?
I've got a 66 F100 that was my grandpa's. He bought it brand new. And
nice.
I still drag race it a little. It's I can't find it, but they used to have a livestock rack in it, and they would haul cows in the back of this pickup. And I ran a 1090 something in it, so it gets with it now. So,
do you still have the stock racks like the old farm truck? Or
no, I don't know where they're long gone. But I've tried to go through the old photos, hoping they would have one to see where it was and where it is now. But
yeah, well, I am a sucker for family vehicles, like the history of that. That's pretty cool.
Yep. I want to make it faster, but it's still stock suspension, lap belt, and I'm not allowed to go any faster is what I was told. So.
Well, 1090, you have a cage and everything in it?
I do not.
I'm sure they were not through. I'm sure.
I'm not allowed to go.
This
my
Jason,
boss
this
is the one
sounds
that
like
told me I can't go any faster.
yeah, but it sounds like it might be the tech guy that tells you that, not even your wife.
Yeah.
Hey, Samantha or Sam, one of the questions we always ask pullers. This is Ryan Rusink's question from our Monday night show. If you could drive anybody's pulling truck or tractor anywhere in the country, past or present, and where would you take? You don't have to worry about breaking it. Like you could take anybody's and go pull it somewhere. Allegedly, I like doing that now. You're gonna, for the rest of your life, when I see you, it's gonna be allegedly. I went to Ravenna by myself with my mom and dad not knowing. And anyway, and you didn't have to worry about breaking it. What would you take, and where would you take it pulling? And kind of give us some history on that.
I honestly don't know.
And Brad, I'm going to ask you too, the same thing.
I don't know. I don't know a lot of people. I haven't been in the community, I guess, long enough to really know a bunch of people. So
you kind of said that, Sam. You kind of said that like you're Amish, like in the community.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to drive the red one. I wanted to drive that one. I'd take my dad's red one.
Really?
Yeah, and I probably just take it to Colby because nobody, like all my friends and stuff, never get to. I mean, they see the videos, but they never see it like in person. So I was really sad that it got canceled this year because no one could drive 6+ hours to come just watch me. But I would take his and I'd take
load up a bus and get them to Goodland.
Yes.
Yeah.
They live kind of scattered. Most of the people, like my friends, live scattered, like in Levant and Brewster, and even a few in Goodland. So I'm hoping I can get to show them what I spend so much time doing.
Knowing Doug, he might even have a school bus. We'll see what we can arrange.
Sam, I can see it now. The Roadworks Manufacturing Colby Nationals. Okay, so we're gonna put something together. So we're gonna put something together.
Yes.
So. Brad, answer my question, buddy.
I get enjoyment out of driving something that I built, I guess. So
if you could build anything.
Yeah,
if you could build anything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty happy with what I have. I just want it to be competitive. So if I can compete, strong against, the top, that will make me happy.
I like it.
I got one more question to ask. So next year, when 15-year-old brother shows up, what's the sibling rivalry like? Does that heat up a little bit?
Yeah, he's not gonna be in the same class, is he?
He will run.
Is he? Allegedly.
Yeah, I don't. He gets pretty. I mean, he's never even driven one, and he thinks he could tell me what I'm doing wrong now. So,
we are going to get a film crew to follow you two around because you can cut the tension with a knife.
It was probably pretty entertaining because. Yeah. I'm excited to watch. I'm nervous because he's not as like. I don't know the right word. I think he thinks he's going to know what he's doing right out of the gate. And I think he's going to trip and fall a few times, but I'm excited for him.
You're excited for him or excited to watch him trip and fall, Sam?
Excited to see him succeed, but I think he's going to get because he thinks he knows what he's doing already. He's always telling me what I should do differently, and he's never driven one, but I'm excited to see him learn and do good.
Good deal.
Did you happen to see Meisinger's comment?
The school bus is lined up already. We got it lined up.
You know somebody that has one.
Yep.
And I guarantee it's got 3 turbos on it and it hauls ass. Yeah. If it's a Meisinger, I know. So, hey, if you guys go, you guys keep chatting.
No, I'll tell you what, Jason, I think we're good.
Okay.
Brad and Sam, do you have anything you want to add? Any parting shots? Call out your brother? Any Chevy guys?
No. Thanks for having us.
It's been great.
It was fun.
That's backwards. Thank you for coming on. We are looking forward to seeing you this summer. And like Brad said, it's gonna. I'll tell you what, get out there and knock some heads with Loretta and that pack, and that's the biggest mountain there is around. It'll be fun to see you guys measure up.
Yeah, that's just been. I mean, everybody's so competitive, but everybody's so helpful. I mean, you're having trouble
Yes.
with something, everybody's always more than willing to help you out. I mean, I had a lot of struggle when I first with the clutch, and just people really stepped up and helped me out, and I was about ready to burn the thing to the ground.
Yes. It's pretty cliche, but I think it's very fitting when they talk about the outlaw family, and it isn't just outlaw, but it's also the pulling family.
Yep.
It's a thing.
Yep.
Definitely.
So, but yeah, no, we sure appreciate it. And like I said, looking forward to seeing this summer, and we'll be close in Kansas a couple times. So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
All right. Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.